My approach to this piece was to try to see how much we can sort of blend the dancer and the musician together, not in a way that we have the musician mostly just being on the side and playing, but really incorporate her into choreography and to sort of experiment a little bit. I think in the beginning I just thought it should be playtime because we needed to find out what we all could do. And after a while, I think we sort of came up with a repertoire of things that worked and that became the basis of the piece.
This is my first time working with a dancer where I'm not just standing on the sidelines and just giving the music for the performance, so it's been a totally different experience. The piece is very challenging technically. There are a lot of really specific slides and pitches, and so that in itself is virtuosic, but then having to move like the center of gravity and balancing a different way and not having my weight feel the way I normally do grounded when I'm playing adds an entirely different element to learning the actual piece. Yeah, it's physically very challenging. I leave sore. That never happens for a violinist, but there's so much trust.
And at the same time, not just to have it be sort of the gimmicky piece where, okay, this is the piece where the violinist is sideways and they lean on each other. At the end, it should be irrelevant. They do all these weird things, but at the end, it should be irrelevant that they do these weird things because it should be convincing as a piece.
Movement, I'm not actually dancing. It's more about supporting my partner and kind of making her move a certain way. Some of it is more about larger images and some of it's more about formations on the floor, like where I'm traveling. And others can be broader, especially one of them is much more classical dancing. And then, she's on my back again, so then there's that.
I've worked with Richard Carrick once before, but this time was different because he was not around while I was choreographing the piece.
I'm videotaping from Kigali, Rwanda, in the heart of Africa, where I'm living this year. The collaboration with Miro has been an exciting one. It's also been a unique one in the fact that we've had 7,000 miles separating the two of us. So there's been a lot of trust between the two of us, and that's something also that has spilled into his choreography. The music has been very influenced by my studies this past summer in Seoul, South Korea, the study of gugak, which is the traditional music there, and in particular the pansori vocal tradition. The way of singing, it's considered kind of their opera form. And this music is so powerful, so expressive, and the vocalization, the vocal style is called songun. And so there's also a level of trust in kind of taking something that is not yours and working with it in a very loving way.
It has really made me more aware of the subtleties of this music specifically. There's a lot of things that I don't hear that are there, and sometimes she moves to them and I'm like, oh, that's something that I just didn't hear before. I think it was just a really great experience. I wasn't really sure how it was going to be working with a musician in this way. I'm very thankful for my partner.